Yeah. He got his foot stepped on, like we said yesterday. I think Chad had mentioned that. They did a quick X-ray, and there's no damage or anything like that. I'm sure it's a little sore today, so we just kept him in, but he's fine.
You heard it right there from Baltimore Ravens head coach John Harbaugh. It's yours truly, God's favorite host, back with more Ravens content here on your home of professional sports, professional wrestling, giving you sports how you want it when you need it. The Flex Zone podcast, 500 episodes and beyond. Thank you for all the support. Subscribe if you're new here. Go ahead and sack that subscribe button like Mike Green. Go ahead and make sure you hit stick that thumbs up like Roquan Smith. When you hit that thumbs up, it pushes us to the recommended in the YouTube algorithm and lets other Ravens fans find our content. And you know we got the best content on YouTube. Hit that bell. Go ahead and bulldoze like Derrick Henry. That'll let you know when all the videos drop. So much content on the channel. I'll be here for hours explaining all of it, but it's something for everybody. Make sure you hit that bell and leave a comment down below your thoughts on the Lamar Jackson injury and the severity of it and where do we go from here. But you heard from Ravens coach John Harbaugh. He is going to be fine. And in the words of the great Aaron Rodgers, relax. RELAX. Relax, Ravens flock. Everything is going to be all right. Lamar Jackson will be ready for week 1 in Buffalo, which is still, mind you, 2 weeks away. So they still have over 2 weeks for their first game on Sunday Night Football on NBC September 7th against Buffalo at 8:20. So we heard yesterday, and I'll pull up the tweet from Jeff Zreback, who was out there. He basically said and explained the situation, saying, Ravens quarterback Lamar Jackson left practice about 40 minutes early with strength and conditioning coach Scott Elliott next to him and team doctors trailing. Jackson got knocked down making a throw. He stayed in for a few plays but appeared to be flexing his hand wrist. Now, this is where it got weird because they're saying the foot is fine. And apparently he stayed in 2 plays after this incident. Wasn't limping, wasn't seen looking like his ankle or foot was aggravating him. If you watched the Orioles game earlier this week with Jordan Westberg, when his ankle got messed up, you saw immediately he was limping. He immediately told the trainers he couldn't go. So for Lamar Jackson to still go out there and perform for 2 more plays, that's when you heard some of the conspiracy theories and some of the inconsistencies. Then you hear from John Harbaugh and others that it is his foot and the x-rays are negative and he's going to be just fine. Now, Adam Schefter did today speak about Lamar Jackson and his current injury, and then Lamar responded, as you can see in the thumbnail. So I'm going to play what Adam Schefter said, and then we're going to play or show what Lamar said on Instagram in response to the ESPN insider, Adam Schefter. Let's see.
Adam, what more can you share with us about Lamar Jackson's status?
It sounds like it was a little bit scarier than the Ravens let on, because they did take x-rays. They did say there were no signs of any broken bones or any issues. And John Harbaugh admitted that his prayers were answered. So if it was anything that was nothing, he wouldn't have to pray that Lamar Jackson's x-rays would turn out the way that he did. He didn't practice today, second straight day. And look, they don't have to have Lamar Jackson out there right now. They need him out there for the start of the regular season. So I would imagine they'll give that foot a couple of weeks to heal. It certainly sounds like the test came back as well as they could have hoped, but they're going to be smart with Lamar Jackson, and they're not going to stick him out there any sooner than he has to be.
As mentioned, he's not playing this weekend against the Commanders. Most of the starters or none of the starters are. It's a walkthrough tomorrow. They aren't back until Monday, still 2 weeks to Buffalo. I agree. Everybody's prayers were answered because how many times have we seen in the National Football League a star player, a good player, a championship caliber player, a contributing player to a good team going down with injury, going down with non-contact injuries? I mean, we've had people this offseason, Rashawn Slater, Derek Harmon for the Steelers just went down in their game tonight against the Panthers, who was going to make an impact on their defensive line. There have been countless others. How many times have we seen Ravens players getting hurt and being carted off? The Jalen Armour Davises of the world. Kyle Hamilton has had some injury issues. Jair Alexander was on the sideline today. He hasn't practiced since August 9th. DeAndre Hopkins has been in and out. So my question is, these guys going to be on prime time? They're going to be on Sunday Night Football. No question. They're going to be there. The question is not really with Lamar because he's proved it over the last 2 seasons. Jair Alexander, DeAndre Hopkins, guys who have injury problems, especially Jair, only 7 games over the last few years. Are they going to be ready for week 10? Are they going to be ready for week 14? Are they going to be ready for the playoffs? Because this is not about the regular season. I don't give a damn what this team does in the regular season. I don't care how many records. I don't care how many wins. I don't care if they get home field. I don't care about how many Pro Bowlers, all pros, how many highlight plays. It's about what they do in the postseason in January and hopefully into February. They have to not only get to the AFC Championship, they have to win the AFC. They have to get to the Super Bowl. And in my opinion, anything less than winning the Super Bowl with this roster, despite some of the injuries to Isaiah likely, even if Jair Alexander doesn't play all 17, Chidobe Awuzie is battling some injuries as well. I believe John Harbaugh mentioned that Pat Ricard had some soft tissue injury, but he should be back next week as well. We'll post on that, but this is not about what we do in the regular season. And to be granted, the first 6 weeks are going to be very interesting, Ravens flock, because flex zone family, because what is going to happen? They got a tough schedule. Clearly, out of the gate, they could be 4-2, they could be 5-1, they could be 6-0, but they could be 3-3. And we have to realize that it's a marathon, not a sprint, and it's what happens in the postseason. A team spokesman said that Jackson just got his foot stepped on and he's fine. So even though he was apparently flexing his wrist, they're saying it was the foot, even though he was not limping. That is where the inconsistencies, and that's where you've seen some of the conspiracy theories kind of come into play, because you were kind of wondering what is the severity of it. He's not limping. He stayed in for 2 more plays. You don't want him to have an ankle or foot injury. You don't want him to have a hand or wrist injury because that's how he throws the football. So that was a little upsetting there as well. He's not practicing. He didn't practice today. He said his foot was stepped on and he's fine. Jair is not practicing. He didn't practice today, but he is on a side field going through workouts. So, like I said, he is working his way back. So I would expect to see Jair next week, DeAndre Hopkins, and Lamar Jackson. Patrick Ricard, Zay Flowers, Mark Andrews, Isaiah Likely, Emory Jones, Adisa Isaac, William Quinku, and Chidobe Awuzie also didn't practice today. Guys like Zay, guys like Mark obviously would have the rest of that day. Pat Ricard, it looks like, is going to be on his way back as well. He said Ricard had a soft tissue thing, should return to practice next week. And then on the Lamar Jackson thing, he got an x-ray, his foot stepped on, and appears to be fine. Prayers do get answered. Harbaugh said, like I said, if Lamar goes down, the season is over. As great as this roster is, as deep as this roster is, all that is fun and cool and all that jazz. But if Lamar goes down, if Lamar is not available, it don't matter about none of the other players, honestly. Lamar is like the stock market. When Lamar plays, it's green. When he doesn't, it's red. Think about how many jobs he saved. Think about how many coaches got extensions and opportunities because of him. Think about how many players got Pro Bowls and all pro selections and recognition because of him. Lamar Jackson is the reason because of that, and he is a big part of what the Ravens do. He's the straw that stirs the drink. He's the whole damn cup and the drink, if you ask me. And clearly, they need him available. And like I said, Lamar did respond to Adam Schefter after they put it on Instagram about that the injury may be a little more scary or scarier than they're leading on. As you can see, this was from ESPN. Is Lamar Jackson's foot injury scarier than the Ravens are letting on? And then you see, let me move myself out of here. There we go. You see right there, Lamar Jackson responded from his verified account with the laughing emoji, the sideways tilted laughing emoji. And I think I agree with this to a degree. Obviously, Adam Schefter is not there. Adam Schefter is not in the trenches every day at Ravens camp like the Jeff Reback, Jamison Hensley. So he probably got tipped off from one of his people. He is an insider, one of his ESPN guys, maybe Jamison Hensley, about the potential injury. He wants to put it out there. He's the biggest insider in the game, gets the clicks, gets the notoriety, a story to run with as we head into the season. And I think that's very, very intriguing for the overall story. But prayers are answered because you don't want the season to be over before it starts. This is as good a roster, talent-wise, and we've all said it, that the Ravens have ever had. We don't want that dark cloud hanging over this team because our guy, the potential MVP who should have won it last year, yeah, he has to do it in the playoffs, but every year he's healthy, this team's in the playoffs. Every year he's healthy, he's in the MVP conversation. Every year he's healthy, this team has a chance to win a Super Bowl. So that's why I don't want to put too much into, oh yeah, they have to win a Super Bowl this year or the window's closed. No, but with the talent around them, the guys that they are going to have to pay eventually, it is going to be very, very important that they get the job done and that they do what they need to do to secure that Super Bowl, to secure that Lombardi, because opportunities like this don't grow on trees. It's not guaranteed year to year. You could have a year where the injury bug takes out multiple star players. You could have a year where you don't perform to the expectations that you set for yourself. So there are a lot of ways that this could go. So seeing Lamar tweak that, seems that he's good. Seems like the wrist, ankle, leg, foot will be okay. Everybody relax. No need to worry. No need to cancel Christmas. Everything will be okay. Everything's going to work out. And Lamar there, week 1. And I think Pat Ricard and all these other guys, Jair Alexander, DeAndre Hopkins, I think they will be there for week 1 in Buffalo. But the question is with like guys like Jair, especially Chidobe Awuzie as well, and even D-Hop, is he going to be able to be are they going to be able to be sustained for the stretch run? Yeah, they're going to be ready for week 1, but they're going to be ready for the run to the Super Bowl in the playoffs. Lamar Jackson looks like he'll be fine. Looks like he'll be good. Don't need to stress. Don't need to worry, everybody. Make sure you go ahead, smack that subscribe button. Give it a nice stiff arm. Go ahead and tackle that thumbs up. Give it a nice hit stick. Bulldoze that bell. And make sure you leave a comment if you made it this far in the video. Let me know your thoughts on the Lamar Jackson injury. Like I said, it was weird with the, somebody stepped on his foot, but he's not limping there. Talking about him, doing a little thing with his wrist and hand. So whatever it is, things like rest, time away from the football field would help him. I know Lamar will do everything in his power on his own and with the help of this strength and conditioning crew to make sure that he is good to go and ready for week 1 because the importance of the season has already been expressed. Make sure you guys hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell. Let me know your thoughts. It seems like we're good to go. You heard from Harbaugh, you heard from Chester, you saw Lamar's response. I'll put it up on the screen before I go. But he responds to Adam Schefter. So clearly, Lamar's heard the talk like he always does. We wanted everybody to know, relax, calm down, and typical Lamar Jackson passion, like, come on, he's laughing about it. And he's hopefully laughing all the way to the bank at M&T Bank on Sundays, up in Buffalo week 1, into the bank this offseason, cashing in a Ravens Super Bowl championship trophy, maybe a Super Bowl MVP, and maybe a regular season MVP, and silencing the doubter even more. But here's Lamar's response. See you guys with more content. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell. Thank you for watching. Relax, Ravens. It's going to be all right. Lamar will be ready for week 1. Let's just make sure guys like Jair, guys like D-Hop, Pat Ricard, Kyle Hamilton, both guys there like he's back. These guys can get back. We have them. I know the first 6 weeks may be a little tough. We gotta withstand the rain because the sunshine and the brighter days are here. And I think even with the first 6 games, they could go 5-1, 6-0, 4-2. And if they are 3-3, I'm okay. I think this team will start to play better as the season goes along, but with the camaraderie, the chemistry, I think they will come out of the gates potentially red hot. They could even dominate in week 1 in Buffalo and dominate against the Detroit, dominate against the Kansas City. We'll see. Stay tuned for more content. Here's Lamar's response. Come out here. Have a good day. Thank you for watching. We'll see you with more content on the channel. And don't forget, when the Ravens season starts, we got pregame, postgame, and live streams of the game throughout the season until they don't play anymore. Hopefully within the Super Bowl 60 in San Antonio. God's favorite host, relax, Ravens talk. It's going to be all right. I would expect Lamar back out there next week. And if anything, at least out there on the sideline to show people who's got a certain thing. So we'll monitor the situation. I think everything will be all right. Stay tuned for more content.